here Brahma created humanity and created humans and everybody else. But with that, he also created, as part of that, he also created Daksha. Daksha had a daughter Sati. Daksha had a daughter Sati, and so Sati, from her like childhood, she really wanted Shiva as her husband. So she kept asking, like she kept praying to be Shiva's wife, and so Shiva and Sati get together, but Daksha is very
very against, like he does not treat Shiva with the kind of respect that he deserves, and
so he organizes a yagna, and in which he calls everybody else but Shiva, because he treats this as a way, to insult Shiva. And like basically Sati will want to go to this wedding because she's like, that is my place, my parents live there, and I should go to a yagna there. But Shiva will basically tell we shouldn't go to any place uninvited. So Shiva will tell we shouldn't, but Sati will actually decide to go. Then Shiva will send Nandi, Bringi Sharudu, and some of his ganas with Sati to attend Dakshayagna. Now Sati, after coming to the Dakshayagna, will realize that Daksha is continuously insulting Shiva, and everybody there didn't speak a word. So Sati will Sati will then realize that it was a mistake coming here, that an insult to her husband is also kind of, she takes it very personally. So she like sacrifices herself to the pyre, yagnam, in the yagna. And the entire story of the Shakti Pitas is from here, because Shiva will get to know, like Nandi will go and convey that to Shiva. Shiva will get to know, and so he's very, very angry about it. So Shiva sends, takes out a hair from his head and creates Veerabhadra. Veerabhadra will create a lot more of other people who will come and completely turn this Dakshavatika to a Smashana Vatika, and then Shiva will hold Sati's body, and he will start his Tandavam, and because of that, and when he is doing the Tandavam, Sati's body splits into different parts, and parts of her fall in different places. And we know there are around 50-ish parts, but there are around 18 main, and those are called Ashtadasha Shakti Pitam. And even now till date, all those temples are worshipped. Now after Sati is Sati's
immolation
happens, then basically Sati will be born. Himavan, so that's like a parallel story where Himavan and Maina Devi will be wanting to have a child, and they'll be praying for it, and Parvati will, Sati in a different form will be born to Maina Devi, and when and Parvati herself, and because Himavan is Parvata Raja, his daughter, that's why she's called Parvati Devi. And Parvati will also want to marry
become one. And then Narada, I think, goes and tells that you must send, your daughter is meant for great things, so she's meant to marry Shiva, so why don't you send her to serve him, because it was known that since Sati, Shiva would have gone to penance and not looked at anything else. So that's why he suggests that let her go and serve him, and with devotion, and maybe let's see how things go from there. And so she goes to the mountains, and she and her friends start serving Shiva. But obviously Shiva...
So this is Sati's hermitage,
and where she's... And then, so parallelly the gods will know that the kid that comes from Shiva and Parvati's union is meant to kill Taraka, and they will be in a hurry to get that done. So to speed up the process, they send Kama and Rati, his wife, and Kama tries to shoot his arrow to make this at Shiva and Parvati, but Shiva in a second gets back his concentration and realizes that his concentration has been broken by Kama, and in a fit of anger he like opens his third eye and burns Kama to ashes. And yeah, so Rati will be grieving about it, and basically he gets up and goes away from there, away from Parvati, and goes to meditate somewhere else.
But for that fleeting moment, he still.
Yeah, for that fleeting moment, his feelings take you over him, but yeah, he gets it back in control. But at that time, I think Parvati will decide that if not through like service or just by beauty, I don't want to win him over. But Shiva will always be won over by real tapassu, and like if she like she has to get him through tapas, not through others. And so she sits down, and yeah, continue.
Yeah, so she sits down for tapassu here, and then like this also say.
Yeah, eventually she goes into so much concentration that I think as the energy behind the nature, like everything in nature stills, like air stops, and then like everybody around will be like, somebody has to come and end this penance, and so they go to Shiva, and Shiva decides that he like she is truly worthy, and like he also will decide to go down, but as a last like test he goes in the form of a saint, and he starts
Shivaninda.
yeah, and starts going completely like talks to Parvati and talks completely against Shiva, that why do you want to marry such a fellow, and why do you want to marry
Like he wears
tiger
kapalam,
skin, and yeah, why would you want to be with him, you're so like pretty and nice, you can get whoever you want and all that. And Parvati just gets really angry at hearing all these insults thrown at Shiva, and she like turns away and tells, I never want to talk to you, see you again. And that's when he reveals his true form.
Yes. So continued with finally task accomplished by Narada. Shiva Parvati get together, and this is from Meenakshi Kalyanam, but it's also Shiva and it's the same. So it's Shiva Parvati, and the Kalyanam happens. So the divine union finally happens here. But our still task of the birth of their son, who's supposed to kill Tarakasura, is still not there. So here is where Kartikeya. So this is the birth of Kartikeya. So Shiva's energy. Auntie only will tell
Yeah,
us better.
so Shiva's energy will be so basically the gods go and ask, okay, can you please now at least give us the destined person who's supposed to save us? And Shiva like gives like his spark or some like basically his energy, and it's so like hot and so powerful that Agni is like first they give it to Agni to hold, and he is not able to carry, so he gives it to Ganga, and Ganga is also not able to hold it, so they send like basically she puts it on the banks of I think somewhere in the Sundarban region, and like 6 nymphs.
Six lotuses. It'll be held by 6 lotuses, and 6 women like or Kartikas will be taking care of the 6 different, like it's split into 6 parts into 6 lotuses, and 6 women or Kritikas will be taking care of the babies. Then Shiva will finally come and tell that this cannot be like this energy can only be held by Parvati. So Parvati comes and like unifies all that energy, and that's how we have Kartikeya. So this story is about Ardhanareeshwara. Shiva is also very, very famous for his Ardhanareeshwara form because Maharshi Bringi comes and tells that he wants to worship Shiva, but he doesn't treat Parvati or Shakti as his equal. So he is really, he tells that I want to worship you, but I do not want to worship Shakti. So Shiva shows that him and Shakti, like Shiva and Shakti are one and the same. So he shows his Ardhanareeshwara form, and he tells that they are the same. Yes. I think now after the Kartikeya story, we basically also have Ganesha and their family picture. So this is the story of Ganesha. As we all know, so Parvati will like I think Shiva will go on a penance or something, and while Parvati will be taking a bath, and as part of that, she will use her
Chandana.
Nalugu Pindi. I don't know what it's called, but that she'll create a balaka out of it, out of that, and she'll ask him to guard the doors.
Yes.
So this is our Ganesha in his previous form, like guarding the doors. And Shiva will come back. Shiva will see a cute boy guarding the doors, but he will not. He will basically ask to allow. And because like Parvati would have instructed the boy that do not allow anybody inside, the boy will do his duty and not allow. Shiva gets angry and Shiva like cuts down his head. And this is the scene where he cuts down the head. Parvati comes running outside and she sees that the balaka that she's made is now dead. She gets really like sad and angry, and Shiva like tells that he will make him alive. So he goes. He sends these people to get the head of Gajasura, who's like basically Shiva Bhakta also, and this Gajasura's head is what they then put Gajasura's head and put life into the Balaka again. That's how we have our Ganesha. This is their very cute family picture, and it's so amazing. I find Shiva so amazing because people talk about him like he's a yogi, but it's also like he's completely a family man. So it's
Cute.
yeah.